Alright, so it's Saturday. We've got some guitars to restring. This Guitar Saturday setup begins now. Alright guys, so on the bench today I have a G&L Legacy Tribute. So this is the imported one. I have a whole bunch of these G&Ls. They were all missing parts, but I went ahead and I got the part off of another one that I had, and I just checked our wiring on this thing and did a little bit of wiring to make sure that both pickups were working. So I got the electronics all done, and so I was like, okay, let's install the bridge. Now this right here is their ground wire. So this thing has to just kind of bend over the edge here like this, just so we got a nice ground. This whole thing, it's pretty tight, but it fits right on top. And because that ground wire's in the way now, we got to kind of push it down on that ground wire, and it is really secure in there. And these, I believe, are the screws that hold this bridge down. So there's 5 of them, and 3 of them have a bigger head on them than the other 2. Yeah, so these 2 go on each side, and then these 3, like I said, the head's bigger on these. These go in the center. And I actually need like 4 or 5 more of these bridges. I bought a bunch of guitars that were part guitars. And then I went on eBay and stuff, and I'm looking for these G&L bridges. And they're hard to come by. They're only like a few of them out there, and guys are like asking like $114 with like 30 in shipping. So if any of you guys got any of these old G&L bridges that look just like this one, I need a few of them. Let me know. But they are really easy to install because you don't even have to move the saddles out of the way. They just kind of screw right in. The holes in this guitar was already pre-drilled. I think what happened is I bought all these guitars from a guy, and he was trying to change all the parts to USA parts and everything, and then he didn't finish. And he sold me all the... then he sold me everything, and the parts were missing. And I've been trying to get a hold of him and figure out how to get the rest of the parts. And there's no answer. Can't get a hold of him. It's been a couple of weeks now. So I'm kind of taking the parts off of some of them and putting them on other ones and trying to get as many as I can together. But this is a really unusual one. A lot of them just look like Strats. This one sort of has that kind of Mustang feel to it. So that's it's always cool to get something different than just a Strat style one. And so it's just about ready. We got a little, might as well hit this fret sprout a little bit. I've got my StewMac fret file, and I just kind of go over here and give everyone one swipe. Try to roll over the top. Just something very quick I can do to help sell this guitar. Basically, if you do this, then it's sitting here in the store. That's my front door chime. Sitting here in the store, and somebody plays it and they feel that it's got really nice fret ends. That's the one thing that will totally ruin a sale on a guitar, is if you've got fret ends sprouting like crazy. Nice glossy neck on this. Hopefully not scratching it up too much. That feels better right there already. So yeah, I don't think it scratched it. No wear whatsoever on these. These were all new. And again, some guy had them all so that he could modify them and make them better and upgrade them and do all that kind of stuff. And then he never finished the project, and so I ended up with them. It's kind of how it is, guys. We love doing our projects, but you gotta try to finish what you started. I know a lot of guys, and they start projects and they can't finish them. Okay, so that feels a lot better. So now, yeah, again, it's mint condition, it's new, it's a made in Indonesia G&L guitar, and it's time for strings. So let's get some strings on this thing. Today's string choice. Okay, today's string choice, the Bender Labella. The Bender Rock and Roll Electric Guitar 10 through 46 with electro action. This is the old original packaging, most influential electric guitar brand in the 1960s, 1970s. You know, guys like Hendrix and guys played these old Labella strings, wound with American wire, made in USA. Guys, let me know if you guys have heard of Labella strings, and if you want me to start ordering them. It's kind of up to you. If any of you guys start asking for them or something. The Labella guy reached out to me. He was nice enough to send me these strings for free. I got a couple of sample packs. Let me know if you guys want me to start carrying Labella strings. One of the oldest, if not possibly the oldest, string company in the world. Okay, I don't need scissors. It's got a little slit in the package right there. It's just real simple to open up. It gives you a really easy chart to read where your low E string is blue and red, white. So, and now this bridge is a top loader, so we should be able to just squeeze that thing in right there. Sometimes you got to put a little bend in it when you get it through there so that it will kind of stick up there so you can grab it. There we go. So, okay, hold on. Before I get too crazy, let me go ahead and make sure that these are down nice and tight. Yeah, but if any of you guys know where I can get a couple of those G&L bridges like that, call me, email me, let me know. Alright, so just for curiosity reasons, let's look at what the scale length is on this thing. 25.5. So, Fender scale length. It kind of almost has the appearance of being sort of a short scale. Some guitars do that to you. You kind of say, is that a short scale guitar? No, it's not. Oh, wow. Looks like a short scale guitar. So again, I put it through there, and then I kind of bend the string so that it stands up. Okay, so I got the strings on it now. Let's just tune it up. I'm going to put it in standard pitch. let's take a listen to this thing. Alright, so all the saddles are completely decked out. So I think I gotta adjust these saddles. And then we're also gonna take a look at the neck and see how much relief we have in the neck. Oh, it's straight. It's nice. I don't think we need to do anything to the neck. I just want to adjust these saddles because these things, to me, it looks like there's absolutely no radius in them. And so, might have to raise these, and we have to add the neck contour to it. And if we take a look at our neck radius, there's 14. I'm kind of thinking 12 maybe. Let's see what 12 looks like. Yeah, this is next to impossible to actually see, but I'm going to say that this neck radius is right around 10 to 12. So let's work on these saddles a little bit. Might have to shim the neck, but we'll see what happens. First off, let's work on these saddles. Alright, so this is a little radius tool, and this is the 12. And this is meant to go underneath the strings like this. So you can kind of set the saddles on each one here and try to get it so that they all kind of rest on there just perfectly. I mean, some guys don't use them very often, but it's one of those things that you can get on Amazon where you can get the whole kit. And if you guys do decide to go on one of these, I do have an Amazon link in the description below, and I make like 20 cents every time you guys buy something. Okay, so I have a piece of like vinyl that is 20 thousandths thick. And let's just see if we can lay this down in there. Okay, there it goes. Came out nicely. It's got a little dust and stuff down there in the pocket. But looks nice and clean in there. Gonna lay that shim right there. And with all the strings still on the guitar, I'm gonna try to lay this back in there. There we go. My screw gun is dead, but I would be using my screw gun normally. Okay, the shim is in the neck. Alright, now I'm going to loosen the truss rod just a little bit. It's always try one thing, move on to the next, and it takes a couple of adjustments to get them to play just right. Okay, loosen that truss rod right there just a little bit more. Tune it up one more time. Didn't really stretch the strings much out on this one yet. Alright, there it is. I got it done. It is a G&L Legacy Tribute Series. This one is for sale. This video is brought to you by Swiss Picks. It's not just a pick, it's a science. Available at ZIMM'S Guitars or at www.swisspicks.com. Okay, so these are customer provided strings, Dunlop, stainless steel bass guitar, flat wounds, 40 through 100. He brought in short scale strings, and as you can see, they were too small. So now we have medium scale. So yeah, you know, 95% of the bass guitars in the world are long scale basses. But you do get a couple of different ones every once in a while. You get little short scale ones like Mustangs and stuff like that. But once in a while you get your hands on a mid scale, medium scale. And that's what we have here. Okay, so this should be relatively quick and easy. I've already cleaned the fretboard. So the string just goes through the back of the bridge, lays on top of the bridge there. Those saddles, rosewood saddles. And these are just like the old Fender style, Clouson style. We're going to cut it off right here. Shove it down in this hole on the top of the tuner. Yep, this is what happens, man. This is the kind of stuff that happens when you get these weird guitars. Kind of stuff that happens. The string is just stuck in there. Here's what I'm going to try. Here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try to actually burn a little bit of this cloth off of here. And that might make it small enough, because I don't want to take a drill to the bridge. Okay, let's see what happens now. Kind of melted it a little bit. And I might have made it worse. There we go. So Guild was definitely an old American-made brand. They definitely competed with Gibson back in the day, and then they started importing them. But a lot of old Guild acoustics, old guys love those things. It's definitely your grandpa's old guitar. You see a Guild at a garage sale or something. They were high quality builds, and they still bring good. They still hold their value really good. Yeah, so if you get yourself a guild and you want to impress your grandfather, show up with a guild and your grandpa's going to be like, boy, you know what you're doing. You're a good guy. You're a good you're my favorite grandchild. Playing a guild. Even if it's one of the new import ones. Looks pretty good. Got some Dunlop Formula 65 guitar polish. Spray it on a rag. This is a customer's restring. Part of Saturday's setup. Don't call me about this one. A lot of you guys, if you see a guitar in a video, and it's a recent video, feel free to call me and shoot me an offer over the phone. I'll take your card over the phone, and I will ship it to you. But this one is a customer's guitar that I just, this is a basic restring. And she's pretty. If you like this old school look, big giant pickups in this thing. You get my headstock tuner here and put on it. Sometimes when you're tuning a bass with a snark, hit the harmonic on the 12th fret. Because the snark, it kind of seems like it wants to, it's easier for this snark to hear that. Check the intonation real quick. So push down on the 12th fret. It's a little bit flat. The A string, it's a little flat too. So if there's a way to move this saddle forward, let's look and see if we can do that. So again, here I am experimenting with you guys with the camera rolling. Okay, that loosen that up. I'm just going to see if this will slide a little bit. There we go. Then I will snug this back down. So if your string is flat, forward, move forward. Okay, let me tune it back up. It's a little bit sharp. So that, man, you see how much I move that forward? Barely any. Now I have to move it back a little bit. Oops, that screw came out of there. Yeah, here we go, guys. Doing stuff on the fly with the camera rolling makes things sometimes a little crazy. Cringy, huh? What a cringy video. Okay, baby, get back down in there. Get back down in there. There we go. Okay, so again, sharp, pull back. So I'm going to just barely, right there, tighten this baby back down. Boy, that little tiny machine screw right there. The A string looks good. The D string, straight D string looks good. But you know what? When you intonate a guitar, a lot of guys, you can't let it lay flat. You have to put it in the playing position, right? So, anyhow, there's an old school guild bass right there. She's got new flat wounds on it.